Hi everyone, it's Jody from An Eye for Beauty. Today is Sunday, July 31st, 2022, and this message is for this week or whenever you fall upon this message. If you're listening, there is always something in here that you need to hear for your highest good. So 3 cards have been chosen, so decide if you would like to go with card number 1, card number 2, or card number 3. Or you could just sit back and listen to the message. If this message resonates with you and you would like to share it, that would be greatly appreciated. The more people that can receive healing, help, support, and guidance, the better we are as a whole world. We are all here on this earth. Let's help each other out. That's the purpose of these messages. So if it resonates, like it, share it. If this is YouTube that you're watching, perhaps subscribe so you could be part of this community. And we are going to start with card number 1. And these cards are cards that are tarot, but they call, within the cards, they call upon an archangel. So we're kind of bringing a lot of information per card together, and I'll share with you as we go through. I will tell you right off the bat that the energy is heavy and intense. I feel like I've been saying that for a while, but what I mean by that for this week is that there's a lot of extra heaviness and overwhelm and worry. So remember this, we all have free will. So if you're listening to this message and you don't want that for yourself, you have this gift called free will, and you could shift your perspective. You could change your mindset. All it takes is a change in how you look at things, right? So let's start with card number 1. I'm going to read the card to you. It says, managing your resources wisely, extremes in how you give or receive money, time, or emotion. Smart business decisions, seeing things as black or white. The card is the 4 of Earth, and the Archangel is the Archangel Michael. Okay, so let's unpack this a little bit and start with the fact that Archangel Michael, one of the things that he is very cognizant of sharing with us as much as he can is being crystal clear with your intentions. So let's start with the fact of, are you intending to be abundant? This said here, extremes in how you give or receive money, time, or emotions. So with abundance, it's not just about finances. It could be money, yes, but it could also be giving of yourself, time, or receiving time. It could be your emotions. Or do you have a lot of emotions going on right now that you need to work through, that you need to unravel, that you need to unpack? This card is asking you to be balanced. And so let's go back to the fact that this is the 4 of Earth. The number 4 represents feeling solid in a solid foundation, feeling firm, standing on your own 2 feet, and not feeling wobbly. So what did I just say about balance? We want to be balanced. When we're not balanced, we feel wobbly. So what this card is kind of asking you for today is asking you to look at your earthly things that are going on around you. Maybe it's in your finances. Maybe it's in your relationships and how you react in your relationships or don't react. Maybe you are someone that is giving too much of yourself and you're not receiving enough in return, so you're unbalanced. Maybe it's vice versa. Maybe you're taking too much, even if it's too much of people's time or support, but you're not giving in return. This card is asking you to be more solid, stable, firm. If you are someone who is doing it all on your own, that's an extreme, and that is not serving you. And Michael is asking you to be crystal clear. What is it that you want in your life? What is it that you want to create in your life? A lot of times, let's just talk about small business because it came up in the card. A lot of times people open up a business, a small business, and their intention is to create a clientele and to have clients come in and to support their business and to buy their service or whatever it is. And then they're performing well and they have lots of clients. They have an abundance of clients. And now they can't handle it. So you created through your intention what you thought you wanted was an abundance of clients, and now here you are having it, but you're not grateful for it. Instead, you're kind of like wanting to shove it away because you can't handle it. So how clear were you on your intention? And then taking that one step further, did you have a plan in mind, a business plan that if and when you abundantly grew your business, were you able to support that? Or did you have a plan in place in case that happened? Were you able to support that? That could also be someone who creates a business and wants the abundance, and then the abundance comes, or people come want to work with them, and then they're fearful because they're afraid of their success. So this card here today is really asking you to manage and be wise in managing what it is that you really want in your life. And you can take the scenario I gave you, but you can use it for anything. The most important thing here is to make sure whatever it is that you want to create in your life, you're partnering with Archangel Michael and you're being clear on what it is that you want, knowing that if it comes your way, you're going to be grateful for it. You should be grateful for it even before it even comes to you. But be grateful for it and know that that is exactly what you want. So that's card number one. It's really about getting clear with what it is that you want to create. Card number two is an ending. And it's Archangel Michael again. You're needing, this is crazy, working too hard or too many hours, the need for balance in your life. Let others help you. Health problems due to stress. And look at the lady on the card. She is stressed out. Now the number 10 signifies endings. And this is a fire card. This was an earth card. So earth is about things that are, material, abundance, or relationships, or things on the physical plane, things on the earth. Whereas this card is about you taking action. So it's a little bit different. It's a fiery energy. It's about you taking some sort of action, but there is an ending. So this is not such a negative card. You might take it that way, but it's really not. But do you see a pattern here? A lot of people are overwhelmed and overworked and doing too much and so stressed. And when that energy is around you, you are not balanced. How could you possibly be balanced? And Michael is with both of these cards. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to ask Michael, what is the other message? Oh, this card almost fell out. He wants you to come back to your purest, innocent self. The card is innocence. And what it's asking you to do is reflect upon the childlike version of who you are, who you were before you started getting involved in all of these stressful, overwhelming tasks, is what I'm hearing. Responsibilities. See, the last 2.5 years was supposed to have taught us, for those of us that got it, I hope there's many, but it was supposed to have taught you that the 9 to 5 does not work. That doing this rat race is not the way God created us to be. And we needed to have that stop, you can't do that anymore. It's not working. Take that. Where in your life were you thank God I had this pause? Thank God I had this break, because now I'm able to do, and you fill in the blanks, be with my family, read to my children, whatever comes up. What did you feel when that pause happened in March of 2020? You are probably now getting back into the rat race, but that's not what was supposed to happen. There was no such thing as getting back to normal, because it wasn't normal what was happening. So these two cards are asking you to just reflect on your life. And where in your life did you kind of come back to the past, the way you used to be? No, it's not working. It wasn't working, and it's not working now. So how can you create less stress, less overwhelm? What can you do differently for yourself? We were given an opportunity to reinvent ourselves, reinvent the way that we as energetic beings be on this earth. I want you to look into this if you looked at card 1 or 2, or if you're just listening to this as a whole. We all have to look back in our life and say, all right, what am I doing again that I said I wasn't going to do 2.5 years ago when I realized that it wasn't working? What do I need to go back to stop doing, because it's stressing me out again? That's those two cards. And then card number 3 is basically saying, I'm going to read it to you, the need to move on. It's time for you to seek more from life than what you were experiencing. It's time to make life changes. It's time to go on a spiritual quest. Go back 2.5 years ago. Not many people were awake at all. When you had that pause and that break, that was your invitation and opportunity to awaken. The third eye is the eye of seeing the truth, clairvoyance. That does not mean you see spirit. It means you start to lift the veil and see the truth of everything that was right in front of you that you were blinded to, or you were closing your eyes to. It is time to move on from whatever is stressing you out. It's not working. It's not serving you. What do you need to change? It's time to go on a spiritual quest. It is time for you to change your priorities. There is a change in your priorities that needs to happen. When this guy is walking through the door, he could still be in his house. But I want you to look at this card metaphorically. He's walking through the door and leaving behind all of the excess that was never serving him. All of the baggage that he was carrying that was heavy and burdening him, that is no longer serving him. And the Archangel is Jeremiel, and he always helps us when we need to step forward and have change. I hope that this message serves you, and I wish you a great week. Bye-bye.